The U.S. House of Representatives has unanimously added an amendment to the U.S. 2019 national defense budget in which any declaration of war on Iran has been banned without the Congress's approval. Now, steps are being taken to curb the war powers that current U.S. President Donald Trump has, now that he has illegally withdrawn from the JCPOA agreement. And many people are concerned that since with that withdrawal, the Trump administration is looking for a justification for war in order to carry out regime change inside the country. Now, the U.S. regime has become increasingly hostile towards Iran, placing newer and more devastating sanctions on the country. Now, this amendment, which was proposed by Democrat Keith Maurice Ellison and gained the support of a number of other Democrats as well as Republican MPs, was unanimously approved. The unanimous approval certainly suggests that the political scene of the U.S. is not in line with Trump's actions. Ellison, who is a member of Congress from Minnesota's 5th District, said in a message on Twitter that the clear message and the amendment was that of the people of America and the members of Congress are not calling for war in Iran, and adding that Congress regained the authority to use military force. Now, it seems that many people inside the mainstream media and people in the political sphere in general, and now add to this, people in the general public are concerned that U.S. President Donald Trump will seek a war with Iran after having withdrawn from the JCPOA agreement. Now, the public doesn't really want another war. They don't want one with Iran. Now, there are some that do. There are some people in power, like John Bolton, who certainly do seek a violent conflict with many countries around the world, including Iran. However, it seems very much that the U.S. population and even the U.S. political scene in general is not on the side of seeking any kind of hostilities. They would prefer a return to the JCPOA agreement, to take actions to keep nuclear weapons out of the hand of the Islamic Republic, because they are well aware that if you don't do something about it, you will end up with another North Korea type situation where somebody has an adequate means of defending themselves against U.S. imperialism. Now, one thing that I find interesting is asking the question where these people were, those who want to curb the war powers of the president, were during the Afghan and Iraq War. Now, the Iraq War was something that many people were actually against even before it started. Now, the anti-war movement at that time was not particularly powerful, but there was a general consensus of not wanting to go to war. Obviously, with the case of Afghanistan, where it was claimed that Osama bin Laden was behind the terrorist attacks of September 11th, 2001, that was very much, the public was in support of that invasion, an invasion which is continuing to this day with no significant gains being made. However, it really speaks to the divides within the capitalist class, that the war powers are now being curbed under Trump, but they weren't curbed under Bush. I think it certainly reflects that Bush was very much in line with what it is that the capitalist class wanted. They wanted the war in Iraq, they wanted the war in Afghanistan. However, they don't want a war with Iran, and Donald Trump, being the man that he is, one that does not seek consensus or any kind of political will from the public or Congress in general, they're trying to stop him from unilaterally deciding to go to war on those bases. And I think that this is, even though this is bourgeois politics, this is one section of the capitalist class combating another section, I still think it's a good measure to have the president reined in on this way to prevent him from being able to just merely start wars as he feels fit, particularly as it pertains to someone who is as unpredictable and unfit for office as U.S. President Donald Trump. Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.